We're progressing towards that slope-intercept form, which makes graphing lines much easier. We've got one more step to do before we get there. Suppose now that I know the slope. We talked about slope in our last video. It's rise over run, or in mathematical language we could write this, the change in the y's over the change in the x's, but that was the same as this formula. Okay, now all this, we get the notation m here in algebra. So let's suppose we knew a point. Well, the power of the slope is if I know a single point that's on the line, I can then use the slope to build the rest of the line. So here's what I mean. I've got 1, -1. Well, okay. Well, I know the rise over the run. I know the slope. So I can go up 3. 1, 2, 3, and over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I could do that again. So we'd like three spots, 3 points in order to graph the line. But I could go up again. From this point I could go up 3 and over 4 because it's true for the line all the time. So I'd be somewhere over here. I could connect them and I've got my line. Now they just did it once, but I would recommend doing it again. So without nice pretty graphs, I'll do my best here. But so I'm going to start at the point 2, -2. Now they're telling me the slope, so let me get some more dots there, some more lines. So I'm going to go up 4. So I'm going to start at this point, I'm going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to the right 3. 1, 2, 3. Now let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And so from any 2 points on this line, the slope is always 4 over 3. So I could just use that fact to make 2 more dots and I can connect them. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing again. So I'm starting at -2, 3. Now they're telling me my slope. So I'm going up 1. That's my rise over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So somewhere right there. And I can connect them. And I have my line. Okay, now the slopes aren't always positive. They can be negative as well. So let's let them help us. So we're going to start. They told us the y-intercept is 2. Well, that's the point 0, 2. We know what the y-intercept is where we hit the y-axis. So I'm starting here. Now, notice I have a negative slope. And you could actually do it any way you wanted. That negative could come up to the top, and you could go down 2 over 3. Or you could have done it the other way around. And we've seen you'll get to the same spot. I could have given the negative to the top or the bottom. It won't change anything. So I'm going to just use this one. I'm going down 2. That's my, on my rise over run, so I'm going down 2 first, over 3. Now, just to show you again, let's use the other one. Suppose I had gone up 2, 1, 2, back 3. Look what would have happened. It's still going to be the same line. I can't get dots to show up very well. So I chose this one. Instead, I went up 2, back 3. Well, that's still going to connect the very same line. Okay, they're telling us the y-intercept again. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm right here. So I'm going to make it, you could do it either way. I'm going to make it, I'm going to give the negative to the top. Down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to the right, 2. Now I'm going to do another one. 2, 3, 4, 5. So down 5 more, over 2 more. Get a point right about there. And then connect them. And I have my line. Okay, this time they're going to give us an x-intercept, but nothing changes. The x-intercepts are over here. It's where I hit the x line. I hit it at -3. So let me get some lines. So my slope, let's go ahead and give it, well, I better not do that one. Let's give it to the top again. So I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's do it then. So let's do, suppose we had done it the other way. I would have gone up 3, 1, 2, 3, and back 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't show the lines, but so remember it works either way, and we'd create that line. Okay, so all they're doing here is they told you the slope is 4. Well, remember, it's easier to understand slope as a fraction, so I'm going to make that 4 over 1. That's all they're doing. They're trying to trick you, but 4 can be made a fraction by just putting it over 1. So that tells me I'm going up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1. That's all that's changed. So again, this means the slope is 3 over 1, because we want a rise and a run. So now I'm going to graph -2, 1, and I'm going to go up 3 over 1. Now we go up 3 over 1 again. I think you got the idea now, but do that quickly. So I'm making this -2 over 1. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just graphing that point. There's my starting spot. And then this means down 2 over 1. So let's switch it around. Let's make it 2 over -1 to make another point. So I started here, up 2, back 1. All right, they're going to end here with a few applications. This is not a very common type of problem. I've never seen this before here. But they're telling us the pitch of this roof, and they're giving us the rise and the run. Well, they want us to say, well, what's the slope? So all we'd have to do here is it's the rise over the run. It's 9 over 18. Now we could reduce this. So we could divide both of these by 9, and you see you get 1 over 2. Now if you're not sure what I'm doing there, this is really what we're doing. I just turn the numbers into their factors. Remember this from all the way back. You can cancel those factors. Now you can't leave the top empty. You've reduced that down. There's a 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom. So the slope of this roof is 1 over 2 feet or whatever it is. Okay, so I'm just going to do one more of these. They're using the same idea. So the rise is on top. The run is on the bottom. Now if you can't see, these are both even numbers, so we could break it down like that, but I'm going to just go do our so I've broken the numbers in their pieces. So I'd have 7, 4, 7 over 12. All right, one more type of problem. They've done the same thing here, but the only thing they have done is they've given us a fraction. So let's see if we can use what they've done. So our rise is -1/4, and our run is 1. Okay. I was like, what are they doing here? So they told us one is in inches and the other is in feet. So this is a little more complicated than I thought. We need this to be in the same unit. So I don't want to use feet. This doesn't match. So 1 foot is 12 inches. So my slope is now going to be -1/4 over a run of 12. Now this is real complicated. So the units now match. They're both in inches, which is good. But I now have, this is like a fraction over a fraction. I'm going to make 12 into a fraction. So we're going to keep, change, and flip. Now from here, nothing reduces, so we're going to top times top, bottom times bottom, and I get a slope of -1 over 48. Okay, they did the same thing again, so it's down 1/3, that's negative. So my rise is actually going down by 1/3, and my run is a foot again. So I'm going to make that inches again. Okay, so we're really doing exactly the same thing. I'm going to make that a fraction, keep, change, flip, I get negative 1 over 36. Okay, we'll just do one more here. Again, not a super important problem. I haven't seen this. Oh, they've done inches to yards now. Okay, they're getting nasty on me. So we've got 1 inch. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. So remember how we did that? I'm trying to think back all the way back. 12 inches in 1 foot. There are 3 feet in 1 yard. You remember all the way back to chapter 1. So I need my units to cancel. So multiply along the top, I'd get 1, and it's a yard now. And on the bottom, if I multiply across, I'd have 36. So I get 1 over 36. Do you remember this? Go back to chapter 1. I can't remember, toward the end of chapter 1, I believe. Okay, so here's what I've really got. I had to get them in the same units. So now everything is in inches. Oh, hold on. I did that the wrong way around. Yeah, I did that the wrong way around. Hold on. So I need to convert 1 yard into inches. So 1 yard has 3 feet. 1 foot has 12 inches. So I needed, if the top was in inches, I needed the bottom to be in inches as well. So I messed it up. You can probably guess what's going to happen. So the same process, but I need to end it with inches. So I'm going to multiply across the top. I get 36. Along the bottom is 1. So now I'm in inches. Inches on the top, 36 inches on the bottom. So now we'll do the same thing we did before. Keep, change, and flip. But this time we can reduce. Those are both divisible by 3. So across the top I get 1 times 1. Across the bottom I get 4 times 12, or 48. And there's my slope.